Hello. This is my first video. Hi, I'm Hex. I'm a VTuber. I stream sometimes. On a hiatus kind of right now, but I wanted to talk about Season 9 for Overwatch. Kind of shit. And that's why I'm talking about it, because it is a game that I really enjoy, but I haven't been enjoying it lately, girl. It's just not the move, honestly. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. I'm not feeling it. Okay, so just to preface this, I have an account that is ranked masters. I had to make an alt account because I couldn't climb my main out of gold. So I was really excited for this like soft rank reset because I thought that it would make climbing a little bit easier, a little bit more doable by myself, because I like to solo queue a lot on this game. And if anything, this rank reset has made everything so much harder. I'm talking like gold lobbies feeling like their whole tournament because of the skill difference that I'm noticing in every single player. Like, I'm getting matched with terrible tanks. I'm getting matched with the terrible support that I have to help out a lot and backpack. I'm getting matched with terrible DPS that go 0 and 10 or something like that. It's just, what happened? I really want to know what happened. Another point I'd like to bring up is the DPS passive. I think it's either too strong or it needs a visual. This is coming from me. I am a support main. I main Lifeweaver, Mercy. I'm starting to learn Lucio. I play Zen. I can play Ana. I play a lot of supports. But I feel like the DPS passive is either way too strong or it needs a visual indicator, because I cannot, like, when I heal, it feels like I'm healing nothing. And I don't think that should be the case. Like, I've had tanks explode in front of me. That shouldn't be possible, girl. That's terrible. That's bad. I also want to bring up other supports like Ilari and Lifeweaver. I think they should still be playable and viable picks in rank. Like, it shouldn't be a whole throw if you pick Ilari, because it kind of is right now. Unless your whole team can play around her. So I feel like you can't pick like a niche pick unless you are teamed with somebody. And I think that's quite unfair. I also just want to bring up the fact that like support kind of feels unimportant, because you either have to hard commit on DPSing, or when you're healing, it's like you have to heal bot. It feels like you're not really accomplishing anything with it. Um it's very frustrating in my opinion. I thought that this season was going to be a good season for all roles around, but it's terrible. It's terrible for support. I think support right now is busted because of Zen, and it feels awful right now because you can only really lock Zen if you want to win a game. Editor Hex coming in through. What was that? I want to talk about that for a second. That kill that soldier just got on me. I was fully behind a wall. Helix doesn't ricochet. That should not have killed me. How did that kill me? This is what I'm talking about. Projectile size increases are too much, because that should not have killed me. That's crazy. How did that kill me? Okay. I remember wanting to point it out, and here I am pointing it out. I pointed it out. Thank you. Because the other team will have a Zen. It's horrible for tank and support, especially for tanks. Especially for tanks right now, because they are exploding. I should not see a Junker Queen peek for 2 seconds, get discorded, and insta-die. That's not okay. That means that something is severely wrong, because tanks should be able to sustain that damage. They should not peek for a second and die instantly like that. That's crazy to me. That needs to be fixed. I also think that it needs a nerf, because Lifeweaver, he takes a second to charge. I think he's still a pretty good pick. I don't think you're throwing if you're picking Lifeweaver, but I think it is hard to keep a tank up as Lifeweaver. As Zen and your team is doing massive damage, it is going to be hard to play Weaver, in my opinion. Which sucks because he's my main. I love playing Lifeweaver. He's so fun to play. And I just don't understand why we're releasing these characters and then like making them unplayable. It feels kind of like counter was I don't like counteractive, I guess is what you would say. Like, why would you release a support and then make it to where you can't even play that new support? And it sucks that they gave it to Lifeweaver of all supports because he has the most personality, and like he's just that girl. He has so much going for him, and so many people love him. And I don't know why Blizzard just won't make it so he's like meta or like a great pick because he's amazing. I will say I am biased because I do main Lifeweaver, but it's just wild to me that he's not even like a meta pick right now. Anyways, along with the season 9 experience that I have been feeling or like, experiencing myself, another thing I want to talk about is solo queuing as a support player. I haven't really like I did my DPS placements and it was chill. It was okay. I carried most of the lobbies because my DPS is in a very low rank right now. But solo queuing for support is absolute hell on earth. I don't know what they were thinking with this new matchmaking system or whatever that we're doing, but it's really bad. It's it's not great honestly because I'm getting terrible players, and the second I duo up with my partner or somebody, it gets better. It's better when you're duoed or when you're with somebody else, but the second I drop to solo queue, it is bad player after bad player after bad player. I don't know why it's like that. I I don't understand the matchmaking system right now. It's terrible, actually. I understand that some people lower, like that were lower ranked last season, are gonna be up in the higher ranks. Like, and I'm saying higher lightly. This is gold we're talking about, but they're gonna be in gold, and bronze to gold is a really big difference in my opinion. And I don't feel like they really belong in the same ranks, and it feels like really bad because if I have a tank going 012 and they were previously a bronze tank, they shouldn't be in a gold to plat game. They should be in a bronze game learning how to play tank better. I think that matchmaking also just hasn't been fixed based off of my solo queue experience. I don't know why I'm getting the worst players ever, but I am. Every single game, I have gone on multiple loss streaks when I solo queue. When I'm do it up, I go on win streaks. I don't think that should be a thing that happens. I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's right. I think that it's kind of icky. Like, it's not good for a game to do that. And I know that they wanted to fix, or like, not fix, but make this game appeal more to casual players. At least that's what I'm getting from this update with the projectile increase, making your shots easier to hit. But I feel like if you're accommodating the game to a more casual audience, it kind of takes away the competitive aspect. And Overwatch, I think, is a very competitive game, and I don't think taking away that aspect is gonna like make it better. I don't think lowering the skill floor is a good thing. I think it's kind of opposite. It's not great. There are some nerfs I think that need to be done. Like Hanzo's arrows are way too big. Symmetra is I mean, I don't think the characters need nerf. I think the projectile size needs a nerf. So like Hanzo, Symmetra, who else has like an insane one? Mercy's is really big. I know they were talking about nerfing her projectile. I believe that's what they're gonna do. Don't quote me on that. But they need to nerf some of them because they're crazy. Like if you saw in the video, I got shot from a soldier helix behind a wall and I was completely hidden. It wouldn't have ricocheted off anything unless like it hit the car and it ricocheted, but I don't think helix ricochets. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But yeah, just going off of that with everything else that I've said, that's pretty much all of the points that I've written down to talk about. I know it's kind of cringe. I have points written down like a little nerd. Um, but yeah, that's the season 9 experience in a nutshell for me. Um, as a solo queue person who plays Overwatch way too much, probably not good for my mental health, let's be honest. But I wanted to enjoy this season. I thought it was going to be better because they nerfed Malga. I thought the rank reset was going to help with the Malga mains that got boosted, and it would give me great tank players and all of that. And I know that it's probably going to be fixed in like a month when everybody's in their respective ranks. But I feel like you shouldn't have to wait a whole month to rank. I think that you should just be able to rank whenever you want to rank. I don't think that's fair. Um, but yeah, if you like this video, if you liked my takes, give it a likey poo, maybe a little subscribey poo. Uh, my name is Hex. I will see you in the next one. I will try to upload another video sometime soon. Peace.